Oh, there it is.
Hey, there it is.
Sorry, guys, I was distracted by Shiny.
I know there's all sorts going on.
Good.
I mean, look at how busy this
we
block
have
is. Yeah.
all this traffic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think this is, I have to admit, I think I like this better, to be perfectly.
It's kind of cool.
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's things to be said for the Renton Civic Theater.
We're not
like,
cramped in a tiny
goodbye.
room with a bunch of mannequin heads and stuff. So.
Yeah, well, yes.
Oh, my God. Welcome, everybody, to an exciting edition of Our Town Podcast.
Extraordinaire.
Coming to you from downtown Renton, Washington.
As downtown as you can get.
We are coming to you from the headquarters of I Am Renton,
Yes.
Right.
which is, if you listen to the last episode, the thing that Jeff was talking about.
Yep. Jeff Lawrence's, bright idea. So that he's making happen.
Right
Yeah.
here on 3rd and Main Avenue.
Yeah, no, we're right in the heart of downtown.
Yeah, and he graciously invited us to come down here and podcast from his space, which we are more than happy to do. In the background here, you can see the cars going by. These are the commuters on their way home.
Yes.
Coming through downtown Renton, and if, like I said, if you did listen to last week's episode when Jeff was talking about the traffic patterns through here, for his business opportunity, I mean, he's completely right. So as we sit here, you might hear fire trucks go by, you might hear a train. We had a train a little bit ago,
Sure did, yeah.
with
Yeah,
the 737
Fuselage.
fuselage on
Two or
it.
three of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's neat.
Yeah. Guys, this is episode 60.
Wow.
Yes. And tonight's safe word,
It needs a colonoscopy. it's time.
if it hasn't had one already.
Right.
I gave myself one last week.
No.
Tonight's safe word, speaking of colonoscopy, is Herkel-Durkel.
What the hell is a Herkel-Durkel?
Herkel-Durkel is Scottish, and it's a Scottish term for when you stay in bed like longer than you should. It's like when you wake up and you grab your book or your
you
phone.
just don't wanna,
and you just don't want to do it. That's Herkel-Durkel. You just
Herkel-Durkel.
Herkel and Durkelin.
Oh, geez. All right.
Yeah, so I tend to
that's the
Herkel-Durkel
first two
on the
letters of
weekend.
ADHD, right? So Herkel-Durkel what then? HD?
Will do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Herkel-Durkel high definition?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Herkel-Durkel high definition. I like that.
Yeah, so not from the theater, not a big deal.
No, we're not a theater.
Just decided to kind of move our way east from the theater.
Yep. Head east, young man.
Head east, young man.
I mean,
to brighter pastures, I think.
Sure, no, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So the goal
far,
is
I'm loving
to, I think, record here for a bit
Yeah.
until we can get our own studio built.
Yep.
So,
Studio, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you might see this space kind of change. We're trying out this with the people in the background. Hopefully it won't be too distracting.
Nicely played. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Do you guys want a little trivia for tonight?
Yes.
Did you guys know that Pop Rocks, Tang, and Cool Whip, you all enjoyed those as kids? We were a big Tang family.
Oh,
They were all
I like me
invented.
some Tang, too.
They were all invented by the same dude, Dr. William A. Mitchell, who joined General Foods in 1941.
Yeah, from the oil industry.
Yeah. His first major success came with a tapioca pudding substitute because the the Kavasa supplies were down because of the war. So he came up with an alternative for that, and they would make the tapioca, send it over the troops, and the troops all called it Mitchell Mud because when they're popping open their cans of tapioca.
Yeah.
But in 1957, he invented a powdered fruit-flavored vitamin-enhanced drink mix that later became known as Tang flavor crystals. NASA started using it in 1962 in their space program. Then in 1956, he tried to create instantly self-carbonating soda, which led to Pop Rocks. But they didn't go out for sale until 1975. So they flavored them with different flavors and put them out there. And then in 67, he introduced Cool Whip, which became the largest and most profitable line in his division very quickly. He had 70 patents during his career. The guy died only about 10 or 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What a career. I mean, I invented Pop Rocks, Cool Whip, and Tang.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Any one of those would make him,
right?
pretty legendary.
I want to meet the guy that
I wonder
invented
what else.
Folgers, right?
Yeah. Folgers crystals.
Copycat.
Geez, that's neat.
God.
And I mean, because we don't really think about the engineering that goes into some of our, all of our products, right? But food, we don't really think about as being designed.
Would you say that the Pop Rocks was really supposed to be?
He was trying to invent a self-carbonating soda. So my thought process is you pour it into, or take like a flavored, because when the old soda fountains, they would use a syrup, right? But if you just mixed water instead of seltzer water, you could drop these little Pop Rock crystals in it and make it soda. That's my thinking on it, but maybe it's the other way around.
I kind of want to try it now. Yeah. Actually, I want to get some Pop Rocks and just like just
try to turn it into a soda,
and pour it in and watch it like sparkle inside.
Isn't that how Mikey died?
Yeah. Oh my
Pop
God,
Rocks and Coke or whatever,
and he exploded.
Yeah, that was the rumor that the kid from the
Life cereal back in the day.
Oh my God, so great. Yeah.
How often did you hear?
We didn't have it, so how did that rumor spread? There was no internet.
I know.
But kids all over the planet,
just talking about.
I think it was probably in a movie or a TV show initially.
Yeah. Wolfman Jack spread that.
Fucking Wolfman.
How often did you hear the Mikey Likes It thing growing up?
A lot. I'm triggered now. Oh my God.
You have PTSD
that
from
and the Feifel Mouskowitz thing. What the fuck?
Man, Coming to America, or what was it? American Tail.
American Tail.
Never Coming to America, that's Neil Diamond.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Or so Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, from the Jazz Singer.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
His version of the Jazz Singer.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was Coming to America, the movie, because Mike is the old guy in the.
But I don't have a spoon.
The old guy in the parlor, the barber.
It's so good. My buddy John Williams said that was a really good version of that.
Oh, man. Well, I would be
Wolfman Jack be in Hot Rodders.
We could have I don't know. Would it be Wolfman or would it be like Coyote Boy? Coyote Boy Jim.
Coyote Ugly. Have it be a woman DJ.
Then is that.
And she has to kind of sound like Beavis.
Well, sorry.
Before we jump into headlines, boys, I would be remiss. We are now sponsored by Whistle Stop.
Very nice.
Ale House down the street. Thank you, Jeff, for providing us some space and stuff. And again, I am Renton. I know he's building this thing, but we do want to call out attention to it. So if you see the stuff down there, it's a really cool idea for the community.
Yep.
So,
and he's working on his proof of concept right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
And he gets shit done.
Yeah.
So cool.
Good on him.
Yeah. What's going on over there?
I'm trying to adjust my mic stand. My brand new mic stand. I'm like, I have to find the right position.
Nice. Well, boys, in headlines, man, I hate to make it all about him, but it's just so fascinating. It really is. Trump, who are we talking about? Trump, of course. We talking about this a little before the show. He unveiled new gold sneakers for sale.
Man.
Right on the cusp of his fines coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Because he owes over almost $400 million in fines to the state of New York.
Oh, yeah.
$500 million.
Fraud, for criminal fraud.
And $85 million to E. Jean Carroll, who he defamed a couple of times. So
you'd think with all these things coming out right now, you'd think his followers would be like, oh, man, maybe we did back the wrong guy. But no, they're doubling down.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because I think that's part of the price you pay for being in a belief system like that, right? You don't get wiggle room out because you've demonized those on that other side.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why it's a spiral downwards in cults, and that's why they, suicide.
Yeah. Man. But he created 1,000 of these gold sneakers that are just butt ugly if you've seen them.
It's just weird.
Literally, they're gold sneakers with red, white, and blue on in in the high tops. It's
like a T on the side.
And instead of like the Nike swoosh or the Adidas stripes, there's a big gold T right there in the middle.
Just absolutely ridiculous.
And the thing is, it's not just the gold ones; they have white ones and other colors too.
Other colors too.
Yeah.
He also the same company that did that is coming out with a Trump branded cologne called Victory 47
and perfume,
and it comes capped with a gold head of Trump.
It's just weird.
It's just bizarre.
Any product from a, you know what I mean? Somebody, it's not just a politician. They're like, who's the guy who lost his job in New York because he lied all the time? I can see that guy.
Santos?
Just going, yes.
Yeah.
So that kind of guy, because that's all he has is the flash, right?
Right.
But this guy's, I mean, president's a big deal.
It really is.
It's a big deal, and I don't get the cheapening of it like this, the making it more and more shallow, and because you can be a radical if you're shallow.
Do you think that Donald is going to start doing cameos?
Oh my God!
I mean, whatever to raise money, right?
Yeah, I can't believe his family doesn't already. But in all of these products, of course, are made in the United States.
No, so the
they're
company,
made in China.
Yeah, the company is listed in I think Denver area, somewhere in Colorado.
It's listed at one of Trump's properties,
and it's a shell corporation of a shell corporation, but the ultimate is, as Todd's mentioning, is Mar-a-Lago Incorporated or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
But there's also a big disclaimer on the website that
which is absolutely
shoes
false.
May not resemble.
Oh, that
the pictures, variations. We cannot guarantee the delivery date on these. So these people are spending $399 of their hard-earned money.
Well, and because they're getting free advertising like Fox and shit, right? It's so weird. And because sneakers are a thing that people are investing in a way, because they do have limited edition sneakers, but his stuff doesn't appreciate in value.
No.
It really doesn't. It's not because it's not actually hip with the hip people who spend money to be hip at all. It's just for people
Say
who are
that
like
3 times fast.
Oh my goodness! I don't know.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, you're right. Because if I was going to buy a pair of Air Jordans today, keep them in the box, put them in the closet, and then 10 years from now or 15 years from now, I might be able to double, triple, quadruple my money, right?
Sure. And a real statesman would have reopened a shoe factory in Ohio or in Denver
or somewhere,
right? And then began manufacturing these the Let's Make America Great Again.
Yes, look at us.
Where a half of the profits go to this, the other half go to this.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, can you imagine?
That's the proof in the pudding is that he's not a statesman.
Yeah.
He's not somebody who's really into the United States. No. He's into power and money.
Right.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
just picturing like Obama coming up with the Obama basketball, right?
Why
gold-plated.
Why would you say basketball?
Because he's a big basketball fan, and he plays basketball all the time. Okay, sorry.
He legit had a basketball court installed at the White House.
He did not.
He did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a huge basketball fan. Is not any other reason, Mike. I just caught on to what you were trying to say.
All right, never mind.
But just imagine. Okay, say he came out with a gold-plated tennis racket.
Or how about one of those dummies that you punch that look kind of like a dude, but not really?
But yeah, I mean, they were up in arms of his tan suit.
I know.
Right?
So
he wore a tan suit one day.
And that just leads me to, there's a certain segment of humanity. It's not just Americans or Fox or whatever. Those are successful because there's a segment of humanity who wants a dictator. That wants that big daddy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Why is that, and how do we get rid of it?
I don't know.
Right? Because those societies don't progress.
No.
Right? The tighter the control, the Spanish Inquisition, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, it stagnates humanity.
Yeah.
Let's not fall for it. Let's not settle for it.
No.
Because we do better.
No.
We do better. The amount of progress since women and people of all shapes and sizes have been able to go into the idea market. Right? Yeah. Go to colleges, teach at colleges, bring these perspectives and knowledges to other human beings. That's when we progressed and got all this cool shit outside.
Right?
Yeah.
That didn't happen in the 1600s because we were pieces of shit.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, did you guys see the story about the non-binary kid in Oklahoma?
No.
This non-binary high school student was beaten with an inch of their lives.
Oh, Jesus.
From in a bathroom, right?
In a bathroom from older classmates, older girls in the school beat them, and then the school didn't do anything other than call her guardian, which was their grandmother, and grandmother took them to the hospital, and then they
died,
succumbed to their injuries.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How old was the kid?
Like second year of high school. So probably like 17.
Yeah, no, it's madness.
Yeah.
16. I don't know. I think they were 16.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's murder is what that is.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Yeah, and being Oklahoma, is there charges that are
No,
being
but
filed?
there's the thing is the local government is saying they had underlying health problems. So we don't know that they did. I'm not making this up.
Oh my
it's not
God.
the beating.
They say they're claiming that because this child had underlying issues, which is absolute horseshit. That's why they died in the hospital, not because of the beating.
Because they had COVID or something?
No, nothing
Oh
like
my
that.
God,
but
yeah.
they're
Just like asthma or something that...
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is.
Jeez, that's
had
awful.
they not been beaten with an inch of their lives, they would still be here today.
And unless there's just so much more
Regardless
to
if
the
there's
story
underlying
that
issues.
isn't there, that just looks like murder.
It's all over social media right now. All the videos that are coming through my feed right now are about this teenager.
My
Jeez,
And it's just
bummer.
fucking
That's awful.
insane.
My God. Do you know the kid's name? Have they released
Nex,
it?
N-E-X, and I can't remember the last name. But let me pull it up real quick. I'll tell you.
Nuts.
Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, you can dislike... But
Well, and that's the theory of youth, right?
Yeah.
You know, because Ray Bradbury wrote about this often. You say that one more time?
Nex, N-E-X, Benedict.
Next Benedict.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Geez, bummer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's Nex right there.
Just a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were 16.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, I in the last 24 hours, I've seen like 10 different videos about this. So
Man.
it's insane that people think that, because someone identifies as something other than male or female, that it's okay for them to just beat them like that. And it was because the state makes people go into the bathrooms of their birth,
Gender.
their birth gender. Yeah.
It's a fucking bathroom.
It's just weird.
It's
just
fucking
weird.
insane,
And I
dude.
mean, yeah, I know. It's, I don't know.
I was like,
It's really shitty.
I've never understood this preoccupation with like they don't look like they belong here, so therefore I'm going to confront them. I'm in there to do my business. I don't give a fuck who else is in there. If they look weird or not, I don't care. I'm in there to do what I need to do and get out. I'm not hanging out in the bathroom. I'm not looking around to see who's what and where and why. It's fucking stupid.
It really is. Well, geez, rest in peace, Nex.
Yeah.
What a horrible, horrible
Yeah.
story.
Sorry for their family's loss.
Boys, getting back to our favorite clowny punching bag, Trump also is getting a GoFundMe right now, which has raised almost $1 million.
What?
It was started by a couple of his ardent supporters, rich people themselves. I can't remember their names, but they started this GoFundMe to help pay for his legal fees, and it's already up over $900,000.
Sure.
And I looked at it.
It only needs
days ago.
another.
It's got a ways to go.
Yeah.
But I looked at it a few days ago. There was a bunch of like people donating $2,000, $1,500. There was a bunch of $20 ones too. But
It's
it's like,
their money. They can do whatever they want
Yeah,
with it.
I
I
feel
just
bad
wish
for the
that they
roof,
would
man.
stop and think. Yeah,
And then they complain
right.
about how they can't afford eggs.
eggs
right?
are $3.50 a dozen.
Gas,
Like,
man.
yeah.
Gas prices
And
are
gas is,
insane.
you
gave
gas. I hate to be the bearer of
You
bad
give,
news.
they
but-
give $1,000 to a con man, but you're worried about your
Yeah,
gas
man.
prices. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. It's really interesting. But my warning to all who listen to this, and I really desperately hope I'm wrong, but the next wannabe American dictator won't be as clumsy as the
No,
Trump family.
that's true.
right.
No, they won't.
So we need to really restore institutional balance, right? And just as a safeguard, and we need to just look deep inside ourselves and recognize the value of freedom, right? and the value of a civil society where individuals can be responsible for their actions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well said.
dictators are worse. I
Yes.
promise. I promise.
Yeah, absolutely. Another funny thing that just came out in MAGA folks and GOP and GQP are just losing their mind about this is the 2024 Presidential Greatness Project, which is a group of experts, about 150 or so, I think it's 154 current historians and political scientists
Smells
all
like
get
a liberal
together.
elite to me, pal.
The learned, they put together their list of the greatest presidents in order, and what they do is they basically give them a scale and have everybody order them from 1 to 47 now, 46.
Do you know any of the criteria that they were?
No, it's basically just in order. I think there are some criteria that they can use, but basically each one of these persons says, okay, Obama, I rank him at 14. And then they just take the averages from all the 154.
Sure. All right.
So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go down just to give you an idea on some of the rankings. Number one, of course, is Lincoln. He got 93.87.
So that means like percentage of these people?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. Second place was Franklin Roosevelt, FDR.
Whose policy saved millions of Americans.
Big time.
Millions and millions
Big
of Americans.
time.
Including friends of mine.
Yeah. Rounding out the top 10, Washington Teddy Roosevelt, who's probably my favorite Republican of all.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was Bull Moose.
Well, afterwards, he tried, right? He started as a Republican, and then Taft sort of took over his...
Have you seen the photograph of him riding a moose? Like a fucking boss.
Really? Like a real moose?
Oh, yeah, and moose don't play.
Yeah.
Though they're real.
Wait, someone actually rode a moose?
Teddy Roosevelt, because Teddy Roosevelt was a bad ass.
He really was.
Oh, yeah.
How did they get the moose to do that?
I think he just gave it a stern look, is my guess.
I'm going to ride you, and you're going to like it. And yes, sir.
Yeah. Fascinating character. Did you ever read like Theodore Rex or anything?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's a great biography on him. It's actually a two different books, but a kid that started out so sickly.
Yeah.
And made it to not only be president, but a commanding officer.
Isn't he the president that like hid that he was in a wheelchair too?
No, that's FDR.
His cousin.
His
cousin. Yeah.
Teddy's big
because that's during wartime. Yeah.
He was a true meaning of the word conservative, right? Because he was a big time conservationist. So he was the one that got most of the state parks or the national parks.
Yep. I think that was through. I don't think it was executive order necessarily, but his bully pulpit brought that about.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, badass.
And
dude.
he's where?
Number 4.
That's Quattro to our neighbors to the south.
5 is Jefferson. 6 is
Oregon.
The buck stops here with Truman. Number 7, I found fascinating, is recent Barack Obama coming in at number 7. Eisenhower at number 8.
I really like. He's my favorite Republican. Well, hang on there. No, because I guess Lincoln and
yeah. They're all
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
LBJ at number 9. Number 10 is Kennedy. Very short-lived, 3 years in office, but got us through like the missile crisis, the Cuban Missile Crisis and stuff. So,
and I don't know. I guess he didn't really expose Hoover, right? But
Madison coming in 11. Bill Clinton at 12, which is a little bit surprising to me. John Adams at 13.
I thought that was Jay Adams, the skater, the Pal Peralta skater guy.
Right, yeah.
he did the
Face
first
tattoos and all.
McTwist, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, I guess that was,
And then at number 14 is our current guy, Biden, which is a little surprising on this list because normally, especially somebody that's, past the midway point of their first term is usually sort of beat up and, polls are down. And
well, yeah, they are, but I think there's also just a lot to talk for those polls. Right?
Yeah.
Never-ending propaganda from the right wing.
I know you guys already know this. Does anyone want to Guess where Trump is on this list?
Last.
It's dead last.
Yeah.
Dead last
No,
on
because
this
he doesn't
list.
believe in the job.
He really does.
Why would he rank any higher? He doesn't believe in the actual office.
Yeah. It's just.
You know what I mean? It's like
It's just
anybody
nuts.
paying any attention will see he's in there, and it is transactional, meaning he expects something for himself with every conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There's nothing about service
Nothing.
in his
whole
presidential
being.
vocabulary.
It's just not the
It's just
person
not
he
there.
is.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, I'm not here to analyze him, but that's the evidence that we have seen over and over and over for decades.
Yeah.
And it's just very interesting to me that people really, I mean, it's not surprising, but it's interesting to me that he has won millions of people's affection so deeply.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand there's a lot of, really complicated propaganda behind it, right? But it still surprises me a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
8675309. Geez, right on. I don't know. For different reasons, I like most of these people on this list
exactly.
right here, but,
exactly. And there's some of them, I'm fairly well versed in history, and some of them I could tell you a little bit about, but couldn't do a deep dive.
I know. I wouldn't dare to. No way. But yeah. I know what I like, though.
I know what I like. Interesting factoid, Joe Biden's great-great-grandfather, and this is something that somebody pulled out of like the National Archives, was doing research on this, was actually pardoned by Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
What is that, 3 generations?
For having
separated?
a deal in China.
No, it was Moses J. Robinette, and if you know Joe Biden, his middle name I think is Robinette, right? Joseph
I did not
Robinette
know that.
Biden. Yeah, he was pardoned by Lincoln after he was charged with an attempted murder following an 1864 brawl. So the charges against Robinette came after he got into a fight with a fellow Union Army civilian employee in Virginia. He drew his pocket knife, right, and he cut the guy.
Oh, man. And I wonder what a pocket knife at that point looked like. You know?
Yeah.
This is a knife.
This is a knife. Reports were that Robinette, who was then working as a veterinary surgeon for the Army, argued he was acting in self-defense, but was convicted of attempted murder and sentenced to 2 years of hard labor. Ultimately, there was 3 different Army officers that appealed the conviction to President Lincoln himself, arguing it was too severe. He agreed and pardoned him on September 1st, 1864.
Jeez, and that's not saying that you didn't do the crime. That's saying you don't have to do the time.
Yeah, it's like, maybe manslaughter, or maybe attempted manslaughter. I don't know what the assault or something. Simple assault rather than assault with a deadly weapon. I don't know. I don't know what the laws were back then.
Yeah, what year was that?
1864.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
assault shaker.
Yes.
Assault shaker. Nice. But that's a funny little, string in time, right?
Yeah,
to get back that far, and 2 presidents having that connection together. And all the MAGA Republicans right now are going to investigate Abraham Lincoln.
Nice. Influence peddling, obviously.
I mean,
I heard
wasn't he a Democrat too?
Nah.
Or was he a Republican back in those days?
Oh, who knows?
Lincoln.
Lincoln
he
was a
the
Republican.
first Republican, the very first Republican president. Yeah.
But Robinette, the grandfather, was probably, because most of the North and the Unionists were Republicans. So I would fathom, I guess, that he was probably a Republican, but it's not guaranteed.
Right.
Yeah, at that time, the Southern Democrats were the bad guys.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God.
And it just leads me to, we got to get away from the party.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
Well, we should be way more advanced than that. And now, in the Washington State general election, right, don't we have to declare a party this year for the presidential?
To be able to, in the primary or in the full-on?
No, maybe it's in the primary.
But
either way, I don't know. It's not a caucus.
It's not.
Right? So why do they even have a say in it?
You don't need to know.
Yeah.
It
annoys me.
Whether or not
And it just keeps normalizing the fact that they are pulling other weird strings that they don't really.
Yeah.
It's way too. We don't need them anymore.
Right.
We really don't. It makes it too easy for us, that is citizen, to just go A is good, B is bad.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know.
And by the time they get to Washington State, the primary season's pretty much over.
You kind of played March or something.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be ADHD, but I just realized that sign's gonna look really cool here when the sun goes down.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
We shall see.
Oh, you mean our town?
Our
Our
town.
podcast
It is nice.
sign that Charles got made.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Didn't it come from the sky in a meteor and it
did.
broke open?
It absolutely did.
Yeah, which is cool. That's something.
Yeah.
8675309.
I just told the wife to drive by and honk real loud.
Oh, nice.
So we'll see if she does. She probably won't.
Throws eggs.
Don't do that to Jeff's window.
Oh yeah.
Pressed ham
Yeah.
on the window.
I didn't have this next story in our show notes, but George Santos popped up.
Oh, hey, how's
last
that
couple
guy?
days.
Our favorite cameo.
Because he's suing
my
Jimmy
God.
Kimmel and the
Yeah, I
Jimmy
heard
Kimmel
about
show.
that,
So Jimmy Kimmel, when Santos first got onto Cameo, Kimmel reached out and had him do all these ridiculous cameos, right?
See, so Kimmel and I and us are thinking kind of along the same lines. I love it.
Yeah, so like
got
I
writers.
don't remember the exact, but it was something like he had him do a cameo to his mom because the dog won like second place in a beauty contest, just stupid stuff, right? And Santos, and he paid for it,
Sure.
right? He paid it all, but Santos is now trying to claim that Kimmel used deceptive, fraudulent means to
my
get him
God.
to record this stuff in order to make fun of him on the show. Right.
Yeah, but it's still a satire show.
It really
I don't
is,
think-
and I
it's
don't-
really hard to sue.
Yeah.
I mean,
And who's got more lawyers? I think Santos
Or
or
ABC.
NBC.
Is it NBC?
I don't know. Where is it? Yeah.
ABC. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
all I know is if
Yeah,
he
they-
paid for a personal cameo and then he's using it for business, he could be in trouble.
I guess I don't know. I mean, the lawyers probly would have had to have.
I would have.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
come on.
writers
At least
or
before they
whatever.
put it on the show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, no way. So, but this is Santos. We're talking about it, which means this is going to allow his cameo to stay at a higher dollar value because
That's
we're
very
talking
true.
about
Okay,
it.
let's stop talking about
Specifically because our town's talking about it.
Although, I mean, if they played it off of his profile, I mean, maybe that's the loophole right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if he posted it and it's on his profile, you're watching it from his page on Cameo's website. Instead of having it downloaded and playing it without the watermark and stuff.
I don't know. No, I think Santos is just using this for free
Probably, yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah, and I got to think he's not got. If he's on Cameo, he doesn't have the money to pay for the.
I mean, he's charging $300 for a 2-minute video.
Yeah, and folks, if you're watching this, we charge what, $12 for a.
Yeah, and a pack of M&Ms.
Yeah, you know what? And
We need calories.
we
Gotta
just
stay strong.
Hey Charles, didn't we get in stock some imaginary T-shirts too?
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, though, Todd. But we are going to do that.
Oh, well, we have infinite imaginary T-shirts.
Yes,
don't we?
infinite. So
Yeah.
order away. I'll get those up hopefully tomorrow or by this weekend.
I just
Gold,
that was such a
red,
good
white,
idea.
Blue.
Any color you want.
Yes, any color, whatever your imagination can come up with.
Imagination. I can imagine quite a lot.
Santos. Well, we'll let your imagination run wild. The more you pay, the more your
Nice.
imagination can go
like
crazy, right? If you want a T-shirt with Mike wearing a furry costume
Oh, yeah.
of a turtle,
Yeah. A furry turtle.
Am I not turtle club?
Oh,
Master disguise.
oh, yeah. What am I?
for it.
I mean, yeah. I've got a couple of good Dana memories.
guys. One of my biggest fears in life is insects. I just don't like them. I don't know how you feel about them. What am I trying to say? Cicadas. That's what it was. Double brewed this year, which happens every 221 years.
Oh, geez, I guess
is
that's
when
the
they
math,
line
right?
up.
It's the eclipse of insect explosions.
Yeah.
And I guess, because, that's just numbers lining up, right?
And some of these broods, they'll stay in the ground for 7 years at a time. Some of them go longer or shorter. Some of them are there. Everything. Really fascinating stuff. Not an entomologist. Don't ever want to be one.
But I guess, I mean, if they start coming for street tacos, I'm going to be pissed.
Just don't eat the cilantro.
Locusts, yeah.
No cilantro.
Yeah. What if they develop a thirst
for cilantro?
Oh, my God.
That just means all the tacos are going to be cheaper.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. But yeah, every 221 years, these two
the cicadas?
That's cool.
get together, and mostly just in part of like Illinois, right?
Where they
overlap.
Did not know that.
But I dated somebody for a very long time that lived in Ohio, and they would get them, and they are just annoying creatures, and they freak me out because I'm just not an insect guy.
Yeah, and they're big, right?
And they're big.
Yeah.
They're big. They're big grasshopper size things.
I mean, do birds
they're
go
like
for
this
them?
big, right? They're like 2 inches.
I think they're different size, but
and just clumsy and
just punk India.
Yeah, but I mean, around here the seagulls it would be heaven.
Oh, that's true.
Because I would think seagulls will eat anything that's like not specifically tied down. Yeah,
mine.
Oh yeah,
take them all. Because I think they hatch and then they mate and then they hang out in the tree and then they drop like the eggs to the forest floor and then the larvae sort of burrow themselves into the dirt or something.
Jeez Louise.
It's just a crazy life cycle. And then some of them are in there for 7 or 9 years or whatever it is.
Yeah, if they don't get, I mean, any of the bazillion different things trying to eliminate them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the insect Woodstock up in Illinois.
Yeah, shoot. Guys, I got sad news. William Post, rest in peace, 96 years old, creator of the Pop-Tart.
Oh,
yeah. Sold about $1 billion annually in Pop-Tarts. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? His favorite was strawberry.
What are your favorites?
The one in front of me, the one in my hand that somebody has given me.
Strawberry, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Frosted or non-frosted?
Frosted.
I prefer frosted, and usually it's either like the s'mores or the double chocolate ones for me.
Nice.
I don't know that I've had a chocolate.
No, I don't know if I have.
Cinnamon.
Toasted or raw?
With those ones, actually, both of those that I mentioned, toasted are the best way to go.
All right, with the I would say s'mores for sure. Right?
Yeah. Because it's like real chocolate and real marshmallow fluff.
Nice.
Yeah, I always toast them. I don't particularly, but like Hostess fruit pies, I always ate right out of the packet.
Yeah, geez,
did you guys ever heat those up?
No, I didn't think you.
not that
I didn't know you
no.
could.
Oh, people talk about putting them in the microwave and whatever.
I wouldn't microwave them. Toaster oven maybe, but I would never.
Toaster oven would be pretty good.
Oh, it'd be delicious. Yeah, I haven't had a Hostess pie.
Now that I think about it, I think once we're done here, I might go to the store and get some.
Yeah, those things were good. I remember taking them skiing. So that was, maybe. That was like 1983.
Okay.
I think it's the last time I was skiing. I remember it there because it was just like...
Wasn't that like a superhero on the back of every comic book?
Yeah, it was great. And the criminal's all hanging up in a web or some shit.
But he's still eating the thing. Like, I just wanted the Hostess fruit pie, you dastardly kids.
Yeah.
And I would have got away with it, too.
Yeah. Classic.
Oh, my God. Speaking of Elon Musk... over the past week, some new Cybertruck owners have been taking to social media to complain of what they say appeared to be rust spots on their stainless steel brand new Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
I bet I don't know, that's grinder dust or something when they finished it. I bet unless it's just shit stain.
I've heard that you legit every time you wash it or anytime it gets wet, you have to towel dry that thing right away.
Oh, my goodness.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's absurd because we live on a water planet.
Yes.
So that seems like a really bad idea. I thought it got canceled. I thought the Cybertruck was done.
No, they still
just
make
came
them.
out.
Yeah, I
They
think
really did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they stopped it.
When I first heard about this, is like we're gonna have a whole bunch of cars that are gonna be like the Statue of Liberty, which was not bronze.
Oh, the copper.
Copper, because it's like
The
kind
green.
and it turned green.
Yeah.
And I was like, these things are going to do the same thing, but they're not going to turn a cool green color. They're going to just turn into rust.
Well, you can do a heavy nickel in your stainless, which would make it a cool black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't know.
think-
It's not as.
Do you think
I don't
people are
know.
going to start wrapping their Cybertrucks or having them painted?
I don't see anybody's Teslas like modded out.
No.
You know what I mean? So, I would think that a Cybertruck
With, like,
or
big
something
fins on
should
the
have,
back and
or
stuff.
whatever. You could do all sorts of cool shit. Like Subarus are a great example of that, where the aftermarket community kind of went bonkers and
The
did all sorts
only
of cool
mod
shit.
I've ever seen for a Tesla was that one on the RDJ show where they turned it into a like a Mopar, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't.
You put a gas motor back into
They
it.
put a gas motor in a Tesla, yeah.
Oh my God.
Wasn't it on-
oh,
wasn't it on
was that
our-
a Tesla?
Wasn't it on RDJ's show? Wasn't it a Tesla that they turned into like a a muscle car?
Huh, I don't know.
I don't remember that one. I mean,
I might be thinking of a
maybe.
YouTube channel then actually,
Yeah.
but I was thinking it was the.
I think they went the other way.
Oh, you're
on
right.
it.
They took a muscle.
Yeah, remember
the truck, the
big truck. They
the
put
the purple truck,
electric motor in it.
That's
and
what
stuff.
that's what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
but no, there is a video. There is a YouTube channel where they took a Tesla and they swapped out the Tesla engine. They put that into a muscle car, and they took the muscle car engine and put it into a Tesla.
Yeah. I would love to have an old pickup truck and slap either a biodiesel motor or an electric motor into it.
I mean, the electric motors are incredible.
Yeah.
They really are.
I always thought I always thought it'd be cool to take like a GTO or even a Dodge, a '69 Dodge Charger, and turn it into like a electric car. But then you would have to have like a sound system on it, so it sounded still like a Mopar. You have to have that
The revving
The
sound.
class back,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, they're amazing. Amazing.
Have that idle sound.
Because remember, a train is not a diesel motor. It's a diesel generator.
Yes.
That's a giant
Yeah.
electric motor moving
Yeah, but it just has the.
millions of tons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, no, they're unreal.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with, I mean, they're amazing.
There is a company, and I don't remember the name of the company, but there's a company out there that has like sound chips you can put in your cars to make the muffler sound like any car you want, and it changes the sound of the muffler, not just the engine. It's what the muffler
like
sounds
speakers in there.
like. Well, no, it does something to the
baffles or
the
something.
baffles or something where it changes the sound, so you can make your Civic sound like a muscle car or like a Ferrari or whatever.
Yeah, can I make it sound like the Jetsons vehicle?
It's funny we all three came up with different Jetson sounds.
Well,
That's all right.
I have missing teeth, so it wouldn't have sounded right even if I tried to do it the right way.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I thought I was going to mess it
that
up.
worked out just great. That or the three-legged attack vehicle from War of the World with the the death ray sound effect.
Completely freak people out. Yeah.
That
Nice.
should be a horn.
Yeah, yeah.
Get the hell out of my way.
Be gone.
Oh, man. I saw one of the Tesla trucks over the holiday season at the Bellevue Mall. I got roped in.
Did you really?
going up there,
Bellevue
and they
Square,
had
yeah.
one there inside because they have a Tesla store inside, and people were lining up signing.
Promissory.
No. To even just get like a waiting list to just
Yeah.
get in and see the thing.
Oh, my goodness.
That day,
What?
so you could go shopping.
Pretty hip, man.
Oh wait,
like-
the Bellevue Square has a Tesla dealership on the second floor, right?
I don't know which floor it was on, but they have it in the store.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They had one in there, but if you wanted to go look at it, you had to. There was a long line of people
Oh,
that
wow.
wanted to get in and just touch it and smell it.
I don't know. They're
It
really
is on the
good
second
at
floor because
markets.
I think the last time I was at Bellevue Square Mall was like almost 10 years ago now, and it was on the second floor, like around the corner from the Lego store.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wait, tell me more about this Lego store.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
Lego store is one of my favorites.
You've never
I
gone
bet-
to the Lego store?
Not there, no. And I bet if you leave your Legos out in the rain, they don't rust. Sorry, Elon. I'll
Did you
stick
hear
with
about
Lego.
the Legos that keep washing up on a beach in the UK somewhere?
Is it on the left foot?
A
Lego.
tanker boat ship went down, and it was filled with millions and millions of Legos.
I heard the same story, but it was instead of Lego, it was the Garfield telephones.
Oh, I don't know about
Oh
that,
my
but
God.
this is, I mean, for real.
it does happen. Containers fall off of ships.
Yeah, 'cause
Does
like-
this mean starfish are on the bottom of the sea going, ow, 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 ow? Like you eat starfish like 8 times.
Right? Because they.
Yeah, because they keep stepping on all these Legos.
Oh man,
No, but there's actually like Facebook collector groups that go out to the beach and they show off their finds, and they'll find like a head of a minifigure or
Oh,
whatever.
geez.
Yeah, it's pretty
Well,
cool.
get that plastic the fuck
Get
out
it
of
out
our
of the ocean,
But,
for sure, yeah.
Because I really have zero idea what plastic Legos are made of. Zero. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, the type of
But,
plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody ever gets rid of them to put them in a recycle bin. People keep their Legos for like 12 generations.
Right. Yeah.
Like-
yeah. Yeah, and they maintain their value.
It seems that way. Yeah, they're really
Yeah,
neat.
jeez. Well, speaking of Legos, not really. Apple TV, guys, has dropped a new Peanuts special.
And
No,
it-
really?
Seen this? Yes. It's titled Snoopy Presents Welcome Home Franklin, and it's focusing on the
yeah,
comic
I heard
strip's
about that.
first black character, Franklin Armstrong. And there's one funny thing, because we talked about this, I think, way back at the Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
Where in the Thanksgiving special, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, you see clearly that Franklin is sitting on one side of the table and all the rest of the gang are on the other side of the table.
Oh,
so nobody's
wow.
sitting next to Franklin. I don't know if you remember us talking about this.
I do remember us talking about
it. Was a bit of a roiling experience because that came out in like either the early 70s or late 60s, right?
I mean, the original one I think is 1968 or 1969.
yeah,
It's
69
kind
sounds
of late
right.
because that's even after the Civil Rights Act.
Yeah. So they've sort of repaired this in this new episode. All the gang is sitting around, and Franklin goes to sit on the opposite side of the table, but the rest of the gang jumps up and says, "No, Franklin, come over here and sit next to us."
Oh, good.
And makes
Well,
a big
yeah.
point of
All right.
making sure he's inclusive or included into
Yeah,
the.
it
into
at least
the
feels that
group.
way. So
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
So I'm going to go watch it, I think, this weekend. I'll probably rope the kid.
Any
into
idea who
watching.
the animation studio is? Or anything
I don't know.
Do you know who owns the copyrighted material anymore?
Yeah, I think still
Apple
the
does.
family still
Apple.
owns
Well, I mean, the
both,
family has the rights to it, but Apple's got the exclusive to broadcasting it.
Sure.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah.
When did that Peanuts movie come out? The latest
2019, I think,
one?
isn't
Was
it?
it just
Jeez,
about
I
3,
don't
4 years
remember
ago?
that at all.
5 years ago? That's a good one. You should watch it. It's fun.
It's available, I think, on Amazon right now.
Jeez.
yeah.
The same kind of look to it, or did they
it's-
modernize
I mean,
the look?
It's 3D
All right.
CGI kind of like.
Yeah.
It's
So it's a little updated.
It's not 2D.
Yeah.
Sure. Is he still a blockhead?
He's still a blockhead. Lucy's still pulling that football.
Oh, Lucy.
Come on, Lucy.
Yeah.
Finally, in headlines, guys. Oh, Florida.
Florida.
I think we talked about them taking away dictionaries out of libraries and stuff
Yeah.
recently. Miami-Dade County School District had to send home a permission slip to 8th grade students because during Black History Month, the school wanted to bring in a African-American author, a black author, to come in and read from their book. I don't know who the author was, but it was a black author, and they felt the need to get permission from the children's parents to allow them to participate in this book reading.
Wow.
I mean, specifically because he was a person of color coming in?
That is the thought. And they even said on the permission
What?
slip that it was an African-American author. We need you to give us permission
Interesting.
to have this person, because obviously if they're African-American, they got to be woke, right?
Or whatever. I
Right?
don't know. That's insane.
No, I'm being
I know.
facetious.
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
but
yeah. That's just
it's-
insane.
it's just
I don't even.
stupid.
I don't get it. And It's a public school, you say?
It's a public Miami-Dade public school district.
Weird.
Wow.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Wow, Florida. Wow.
Well, on top of that, students in Orange County, Florida, which is sort of a central Florida, Orange County, Florida high school, had to get a permission slip signed, and these are 10th graders, to watch the Disney movie Tangled.
I don't know, Tangled.
Tangled is the Rapunzel story.
Rapunzel story that came out. But it's a PG-rated, very mild, family-oriented, no gay characters movie, right? But they had to get a permission slip from their parents to say, oh, it's a Disney movie. Do you want your kids to watch this?
Because it could be too leftist or something.
It could be too woke for them,
Yeah.
Weird.
And I'm just
That's
like,
ridiculous.
oh my God.
And that's the thing, and that's why we need to establish institutions so that the radicals can't just take over so easily.
Yeah.
Because these are radical people, right?
They really are. Yeah.
They really are. This is fringe shit, people.
This is
fringe, fringe. They are dismantling meaning. You know what I mean? It's like now with is it Alabama where
the frozen embryo.
Yeah, stuff like that. Because an embryo is not a baby.
Right.
An embryo isn't. That's why it's two different words. How come they're mad when people want to be called a different name or a different gender or something? Because that's changing the meaning of a word.
Right.
And so you're now changing the meaning of a word in a very fundamental way that affects millions of people.
Right.
Right? That's not granting somebody agency over themselves and their own personalities and lives, etc. That's taking opportunity from somebody else. 2% of pregnancies in America are IVF.
Yeah.
That's millions of lives affected by this, right? And the Supreme Court ruling, the state Supreme Court, thank you, was very, very, very theological.
Yeah.
And weird, and not actually basing this theology on anything, say, biblical.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I've got family
radicals.
and friends that had to do IVF because they couldn't conceive otherwise.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's
Did
like,
you try to warn them about kids first? That's our
really
responsibility as
I
parents.
really
You go,
did.
well,
you gotta Why don't you put it in the freezer for about 6 months, and then if you want to thaw it out and use it, then go for it. But
and the whole story is weird because somebody broke into the freezer room and just started breaking.
Oh my God!
It's just ding dong behavior all the way around that brought this court case.
And why would you do that? Because that is a
I don't know who that did that.
Yeah.
They're just some kind of ding dong, right? They're juggling fetus bottles. What the fuck? People are nuts.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh man, boys, do you want to give out some advice?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to give out some advice? This one comes to us from the website. Person writes, "Hey, knuckleheads." Assume they're talking to you guys. My wife and I decided long ago not to have children. Speaking of children,
I'm telling you.
I am now in my early 40s and she's late 30s. We have a great friend group, 3 other couples who all have children of varying numbers and ages. I guess that means they have multiple kids, different ages. We get together as a group at least twice a month. It is a blast and usually an adventure and just adults, no kids. We all came up with this great plan that once a month on a rotating schedule, one couple would come up with a plan and pay for an adventure with the rest of the group and have it be a surprise thing. The cost limit would be $500 for the group, drinks separate. Well, the first one fell on us to do this past week. We had a great time, took everyone to this fun mini golf video game place and gave everyone a $50 game card to spend on whatever games they want, and then went to this little Greasy Spoon diner and bought everyone burgers. Easy, right?
Fantastic.
I think we spent $450 on the night. Everybody thought it was a great start to Adventure Group. Then the suck happened. The suck happened. The other couple started asking for Venmo to pay for their babysitters when they got home, like $40 a pop. I told them that was never part of the arrangement. I also reminded them that we only have $500 limit for the night and what I spent. They said we should at least divvy up the remaining $50 between them and help with the babysitting costs. I've known these people for at least 10 years and they all have solid jobs, careers. We ended up splitting the $50 left over between them, but if this is how it's going to be, not sure I want to stay friends with this group. What are your thoughts? So if I get this right, they got this friend group started. They all decided that they would take turns, and it would not cost any more than $500 for the month.
Sure.
For the adventure, right? Which is not bad for what they say, 4 couples. But then the other couple said, well, part of that should be our babysitting costs.
No,
Yeah.
Why would that?
Yeah, because what if they had a live-in grandma,
Right.
And it didn't cost anything,
Right.
Right.
Well, these people don't have kids.
I know.
So when it comes time for somebody else, are
They're
they
not
going to
gonna
pay
get
their
that
cab
bonus
ride
or
home
whatever?
or something? I don't know.
Yeah. I know. I think
I don't
that's
understand.
extraneous. No, that's.
I don't understand where your friends are coming from.
Yeah. Is it enough to break up with that friend group?
I don't know. I mean, if it's that much pressure, I guess so. I wouldn't have paid the $50. I would have told them to go pound sand. If
right,
that
I would
was
have told
the
them to
case.
kick rocks. Yeah. No, I mean, seriously though. I mean, if each person, like, was it once a month that they're doing this?
Yeah, once a month, the one couple that would have that month would spend up to $500 for whatever they can come up with for the group. Right.
Okay, so it's how many pairs?
A total of 8 people.
Yeah, it's 3 couples and then them. So that would be
so 4 couples in total, and it's like one night a month, or is it like for the $500 is for the entire month for each week?
The way I'm reading is $500 for the month. So they would plan this outing once a month with all 4 couples.
Okay, so it's once a month. Okay,
and you would come. So if it was your turn, Todd, you would figure out, we're all going to go to the bar and play darts or whatever, and I'm going to buy everybody dinner and drinks. But the limit's $500.
Yeah, I think when you have that kind of setup, that's for the event and for the adults to have fun. I don't believe that should include paying some 12-year-old to watch your kid, or some
I would think so.
16-year-old.
It's your kid.
or for their cab, or for
whatever.
You know
else.
what I mean? That's just not that's not the event.
That's not the event. That's outside the event.
If the deal is to pay for the event, then that's the deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it doesn't say, take the $500 and then divvy it up between the 4 couples evenly, and then that's what
they want.
That's your spending money.
Take the $500 and just take everybody to McDonald's and order off the dollar menu.
I actually think this is a brilliant idea if everybody can sort of stay. I don't have 3 couples that we're from, but we have friends that we do fun stuff with. But I think it's great. It's like you go out once a month and somebody's going to plan something for you. You get to plan something for the group. Sounds like a great time.
It does.
But if every month it's the same amount of money for everybody. Then I honestly I would be like, why are you forcing one person to pay for the entire thing? I mean, why don't you just every month everybody chip in $100?
Yeah, I mean, there may be an easier way to do it.
Kinda, and then they just
like chip in 125 and then they pay for it or whatever.
They just, I don't know.
But then they might I want my receipt to make sure my $125.
Well, then they're not really friends.
Also,
right,
if
they
you
don't
can
have
afford
trust
to do
for
this, you
$125.
should be able to afford to pay your goddamn babysitter.
Well, you got the kids; they're your kids, right?
I'm not paying for your kid's babysitter.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, except every day at school.
I mean,
with my tax dollars.
Tax dollars is different than paying someone fucking
for an event. But so the question is, their question is, should we break up?
I don't know. I think you need to have an honest discussion. We say this all the time: is you need to have an honest discussion.
You need to talk to them and say, "Look, this is
there's
not
no axe
okay."
murder of the group necessary here.
You definitely
need to skelter.
No, I mean, if it turned you off that much, what did he say? He'd known these people for at least 10 years. I mean, that's a pretty long time.
I would talk to them, but I would definitely set some boundaries with these people. No, that's not included with the outing. No, I'm not paying for your. No, if you can afford to do this once a month, you can pay your own babysitter.
Yeah, and they hit the target, and didn't they? There's something about didn't include drinks, right? Cost limit would be $500 for the group. Drinks separate. So if somebody likes to get imbibe or whatever, then
but not everybody does. So just like some people have kids, not everybody does.
Yeah, because I could go and order a top shelf,
Sure.
whiskey and give me 5 of those, and suddenly you're at $100, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
that's the thing. Yeah, it's not an all-inclusive hotel package.
No.
You know what I mean? It's like
that's...
you're going out as friends. It's like, but why did they get so pissed? And why did the first event, I guess, maybe they're really hyped about it because they got to lead this off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it went sour, kind of.
Yeah, maybe.
But if they're like, I don't want to see these dumb motherfuckers ever again. You know, that seems a little fast, right? To want to be done with it.
I mean, you definitely want to have a conversation with them. I wouldn't like, unless they're exceedingly toxic and they're just being complete dicks about it, I wouldn't kick them to the curb. I would just talk to them. Look,
my thing,
can't be a thing.
Just like you said, Todd, I mean, I would not throw away a 10-plus year friendship over something like this. Yeah. I mean, if there's some other stuff going on that we don't know about, but we can only go off of what you wrote to us.
Yes.
I would not kick away a 10-year friendship over some babysitting money, but I also wouldn't have given in to Pam. Be like, no, that's on you.
Yeah, that's on you.
Not me.
That's not part of it. That's not part of what we discussed. Had they talked about that ahead of time, sure, I would have been okay with it. But it was like, you're going to pay for our babysitting for the night. I was like, no, I'm not. That's not my responsibility to take care of your kids.
So now the next couple is going to plan something at the local park and bring hot dogs in Shasta.
I want a pop.
Here's a Dr. Thunder.
Some Faygo. Yeah.
Well, Faygo's
pretty good, man. Okay. But you can just see the next couple's like, wow, let's see how you like this. We're just going to
get the 99-cent 2-liter of like the store brand soda.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and it sounds like you guys. Sounds like they worked out a good plan ahead of time, but it didn't get all the particulars down.
But that also shows that they are capable of having conversations and thinking shit through. So it's just do another conversation, maybe.
And get it down for the next time. I think this sounds like it.
Yeah, he's like,
this is a great idea. I wish I had a friend group that would do this once a month. Sounds like it'd be a great thing to do. But 10 years of friendship.
We go see Captured by Robots once a month.
We didn't talk about that.
Oh,
I'm glad you got those tickets, man, because that was a great show.
Right, I'm glad you had a good time.
And I don't know if I would buy their music, but the show was really good. I mean, you can't go wrong with animatronic
Crazy
band.
Automaton.
Yes, that were actually playing is my understanding.
It was controlled by a computer from what I was told. And if you look at the photos on our Facebook page, you can see the animatronic guitar player, which was both guitar and bass. Yeah. And then the drum kit, and they're all controlled like servos, and actuators, and there's even it looks like there's even pneumatic pistons and stuff. So it was really cool. Yeah. It's like I said, the music, it is what it is, but the animatronic things were really cool. And apparently at one point there were 6 members of the band. There's 6 different
6 robots.
6 robots.
Oh shit!
So he combined, I think, a few of them to be. So it's just the 2.
He did or they did?
He did.
And they're automatic. That's what Terminators do. They just get better and better. Oh, these are our first ambulance.
Yes.
Renton or Medic One?
Let him through, everybody. Let him through.
That's the get the hell out of my way siren.
He's got some people to save.
Yeah.
And hopefully whoever he's going to see is...
Or he's in a hurry to get a McFlurry.
No, not those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's ever mad at the paramedics.
No.
Right? It's like, no. People love those guys.
All over. One thing that, and I didn't catch his name. Did anybody catch the main guy's name?
I think it's J-Bot.
J-Bot is his,
that's his handle.
Is that
Moniker,
his, Christian name?
Given name.
One thing I really did like the way he opened it up to the crowd.
Yeah.
Right?
And was really trying hard to engage the crowd.
Yes.
He really was.
It was almost like an open mic. Come up here and tell me what's going on. What's fucked up in your life right now.
It was
Why
like
are you in hell?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like a concert / therapy session.
Yeah.
It kind of was,
Yeah.
and then people were able to kind of cheer for him and give him some support and that kind of thing.
Yeah, because he said a few times that he was having a hard year.
Yeah.
So, and I'd seen him previously, and he never said anything like that.
I gave him some money for no merchandise. I said, here, this is for the tour, man. You know, I had a great time. I think your robots are really cool. I was like, I'm not, like I told him directly, like, I'm not into grindcore, but your robots are really neat. So that's why I came down to see you. And
nice.
He's like, you don't have to like the music, man. I appreciate you coming down and supporting the tour. I'm like, yeah, dude, those things are fucking cool. I saw those like 8 months ago on TikTok, and they're really neat. Every time I see those videos, I like them and share them and stuff. So,
She's right on. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and the kids got into it.
The kids did, and they were, I never felt so old at a
right? Oh my God.
at a rock and roll show.
That's the first time I've been to a show that had like that aggressive of a mosh pit in such a tiny place.
It's a tiny place, yeah.
And
the kids go for it.
And tiny kids.
They're tiny kids. My hair is older than those kids by a lot, like
Dude,
double.
I stood next to Mike, and the first time the kids like bounced off of us, I like legit bounced off the bathroom door. I was like, I was not expecting it to be that fucking brutal. I was like, all right. Then I repositioned myself, so I had some.
Sure. Yeah.
I grounded myself so I couldn't get pushed over again.
Man,
the kids are all right. I tell you.
The kids are all right.
And the fashion's great.
Dude.
And when I was younger, I didn't appreciate fashion as much as I do as an old person. So I'm really stoked to see
I
kids
saw,
still
like-
pushing boundaries with it.
I saw like 3 or 4 different Hesher like outfits, and I'm like, oh my God, that is so cool to see still to this day.
Yeah.
You know, like the jean jacket, the patches.
Classics never die.
And like there was one guy who looked like Cliff Burton. I mean, straight up. I was like, oh my God, that's fucking cool.
Nice.
You know.
Nice. Yeah, there was a ton of rocker kids. It was nice to see rocker kids too.
And there was a handful of goth chicks in there too, which I was like, okay, do not stare. You know, do not stare.
Yeah, it was a good mix. It really
a good
was.
mix, yeah. The other bands, the one was Beaver Fever.
Beaver Fever.
Which is a great name. A gal out of Montreal or Winnipeg or some kind of Canadian,
right on.
Calgary or something. I didn't really get into her as much.
No, but it was neat because she had a bunch of background, cool, layered stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was neat.
I actually liked her better than the first guy.
Yeah, the first guy was not impressed.
I think I was outside.
He had like 4 songs total.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
and he
did get
talked
that.
like for 5 minutes between songs too. So
Yeah.
Oh, good. Usually Corey will start yelling, "One more song! One more!"
What did we think about Mike's favorite watering hole, the Lucky?
Oh, yeah.
I like the venue. I would go back if I knew for sure that the music that was being played there would be stuff I was into. But I mean,
It's always worth
I'm
the gamble.
not huge into punk, but I liked the venue. The venue was cool. Like I said, it had like
You're not huge into punk yet, Todd.
I don't know if I ever will, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I have a handful of songs that are punk that I like, but I'm not a fan of any of those bands. I wouldn't call myself a fan.
Oh, right.
But I like I was saying last night, it had kind of a dive bar meets your grandma's living room kind of vibe to it. I loved it. It was
Yeah.
it was like if your grandma was like a biker chick. That's what it looked
Nice.
I've been in that bar, 93-ish, 94-ish, something like
like.
that.
That's the first
So it's
time I've
been a
ever been to that
long,
place.
long
Lucky Liquor,
time.
is it plural or singular liquor?
It's just the liquor substance, right?
Well, I mean, isn't that the name of the place? Lucky
Yeah,
Liquor?
Lucky Liquor, yeah.
But it's singular or is it plural? Liquors or liquor?
It's singular.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was the Annex back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was a Yeah, like Teamster, Postal.
Yeah. It was
delivery
more of a
people,
blue collar. I mean, this is still kind of a blue collar place. I like the fact that I was standing there and this guy walked over because they had prime rib dinner, which I'm not a beef eater, but dude got his dinner and was walking through the crowd with this big hunk of meat and all the fixings on it. And I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, it's like Vegas up in here.
Yeah. We got up.
Are they pretty known for their food and stuff?
Their food is really good. Prime rib is Wednesdays only, and it's gotten so popular.
Yeah.
There's a
that
waiting
you have to
list.
Get on a list, man.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
We got to the front and they said, "Are you on the list?" We're like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, we're sold out on
But
food."
yeah, but we, we do this on Wednesdays typically, so that's why we're not prime rib eaters.
Well, I wouldn't join you in the prime
'cause
rib
you're a non-beef
anyway.
eater,
'Cause I'm a
yeah.
non-beef eater, but yeah. Do they do any other? Is there any other specialties of
Well, I go in there and I don't know if they've got burgers and the fish and chips, and I mean it's
nice.
bar food, but
Okay.
it's nice. It's good bar food.
Yeah.
No, I enjoy it. I get burgers down there.
Okay.
What else have I had? They've got a really good like green salad. It's like
Oh.
yeah.
Every smell that came out of that kitchen smelled amazing, though. I
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
they
what
do.
I
I mean,
smelled, but it was,
yeah.
oh my God, that smells good. I want to get food. Then I look at the line and say, yeah, no, I don't think I'll get something later.
Because they're a bar with a kitchen, like the Whistle Stop is a restaurant that happens to have a bar.
But it started
what I
out
mean?
as a bar with just a small.
Yeah, it sure
kitchen,
did.
right?
Yeah.
Because Jeff last week was telling us that he started with like
80 square feet. That's kitchen. Yeah, and Armando was going to cut him.
Yeah, the Whistle Stop actually followed us on Instagram, by the way.
Hey, right on.
yeah.
Oh, well, things are going to happen for us
Climate.
now.
Well, they sponsor us now, so
Because it's good.
yeah.
Their Benedict is really
oh
good.
my God, yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Every bite I've had of food over there is just tremendously awesome. So, I like their chicken sandwich. I think it's the Memphis train house or
Right,
something
right.
like
All
that.
right.
It's like a spicy chicken sandwich, which is really.
It's Whistle Stop Ale House on Instagram. So go follow them, guys.
Yeah. Go eat there.
Yes, if you're in the area, you need to eat there because they have
2-3
great
times
food.
Is that
week, at
Fifth? They're on
least.
Fifth? What are they on? What street is that?
It's 809 South 4th Street, Renton, Washington, 98055.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we're on Third. Yeah, so... Oh, that's Hauser. Isn't
The
it?
house.
So,
Yeah.
Less than Hauser, then Fourth. Yeah.
Just a stone's throw.
I mean, you could throw a rock over there right now and see what happens.
I guess it depends on how far you can throw a rock, but yeah.
It's worth a try.
I don't think I can even. I don't think I can even hit that place.
Some guy that's coming to Renton for the first time, fucking walking through downtown, and rocks are hitting me in the head. I don't know what's going on.
Thanks, Todd.
Holy crap. So thank you, Mike. That was a great Wednesday night. I think I still owe you ticket money.
I should send you some money as well.
And it was loud.
It was
vocals
loud.
were extra
Oh my God!
loud.
Yeah,
I think he was angry and was just trying to. It was a lot.
I was like, actually, I think I talked to you. Like, do they have earplugs? I think you can probably ask them.
Yeah, did you ask?
I went to the and I put it up my ears, and they just walked up and handed me a little package of
that's
the little
nice.
orange ones that you can squeeze in your ear.
Yeah. And what's the owner's name again?
Aaron.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, he's a nice
solid
fella.
dude.
Yeah, he's solid. Yeah.
I said, "Is this your place?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Man, this place is cool." He's like, "Thank you, man."
Yeah, solid cat.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, we're going to end this here episode on that note. I got some positive stuff.
Oh, jeez.
One thing I read on the internet this past week that I really liked: you'll never be thanked the way you want to be thanked. Your reward is the good you do, not the praise you get from it. I always try to remember that because, everybody likes to get a little pat on the back and stuff. But if it doesn't happen, just know that you have put good out into the world with your deeds. And let that be
actions
enough.
and intentions.
Yeah.
I think there are days where I definitely need to remind myself of that, where I'm just like, just because it didn't go the way you think it did doesn't mean you didn't do something good.
Right. Yeah. Good thought. For sure. And then I read that Warren Buffett, everybody's favorite billionaire, been married for 70 plus years or so. One of his wives passed away a few years ago, and he got remarried. But his secret to a happy marriage, and I think this goes for any relationship that you have, the secret to a happy marriage, if you want a marriage to last, look for someone with low expectations.
Yeah. All right, that's gold.
Because that's what I did.
Lowered expectations.
Lowered expectations.
Oh my God! You guys, anything from you boys, or you want to end the show on that note?
Who was that quote from?
Warren Buffett.
Oh no, not that quote. The quote before that.
I don't know. It was on a stupid, not stupid, but just like a Facebook post or an Instagram
one of those
thing.
inspirational, like it has like the words over like a
sunset or
something.
Live, laugh, love.
Or like a picture of like a trail up in the Cascades or something.
Sure, yeah.
Live,
Mordor,
laugh, and fart loudly.
So what do we got going for our bonus material tonight, Chuck?
Yeah, tonight's top 5 in the bonus round is movies we've seen the most.
Nice.
Top 5. For us. And then in our take, we're kind of taking a little bit of a different turn here, because usually we'll do like TV or movie reviews, and this week we're going to talk about our personal favorite podcast that we're listening to right now.
Right.
Yeah. Not including Our Town, which I think I listen to quite a bit.
Over and
Got to get those numbers up, boys.
Plus Funny's funny.
I actually did write down 5 different podcasts that I like. Not all of them are still active, by the way, but they're still available to download and listen to.
Yeah.
So you'll have to tune into our Patreon to see my list of podcasts, and I'll talk about them individually on there. So, but do you guys each have like podcasts other than listening to ourselves?
Oh yeah, no, I like it a lot.
Yeah. Yep, I got my favorite one.
I listen to less music now than I have for the last 48 years.
I honestly,
because I listen to a lot of podcasts.
I listen to like 2 shows consistently right now that are still active, but I have a total of 5 shows that I've been listening to over the past 10 years that absolutely are great shows, and a couple of them are actually inspired me to become a podcaster. So you'll have to tune in and check that out.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, been a good week. Thanks again to Jeff and the Whistle Stop Ale House, and I Am Renton, which we are taking up their space right now.
I Am Renton. like I Am Weasel. Remember that? It was a Cartoon Network show back in the early 2000s, and he goes, I am Weasel, and then he's I are Baboon. So yeah. Which is really funny.
Right on. All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, blogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.